Hi, I'm Jo Mills from Rippon Vineyard in Wanaka, Central Otago, down at the bottom of New Zealand, and today I'm talking to Asian Palate. So Rippon is, we're on the shores of Lake Wanaka, we're in Central Otago. My parents-in-law were the first to plant in the region more than 30 years ago now. The land has been in our family for 100 years. So we're fourth generation on the farm, well, fifth if you count our children. We're second generation wine growers. In European terms, there are people in that room who've been going a heck of a lot longer than us, but for New Zealand terms, we've been around for a while. We're on schist, so that's to say compacted metamorphic rock, layered foliated, very different from something like clay limestone or sandstone or some of these other soils you'll find around the world. We farm the whole place biodynamically, that's to say no pesticides, no fungicides, no irrigation. A lot of our oldest vines are on their own roots, which is quite unusual for New Zealand, so really that really enables being on their own roots, being dry farmed, that's to say not irrigated, that really enables the vines to get their roots right down into the soil and really pick up a sense of site specificity, producing, I guess, what we'd like to think is a wine that speaks of its surroundings, or as the French would call it, a vin de terroir. One of our biggest markets would be Australia, perhaps unsurprisingly because it's so close to New Zealand. The US went for a bit of a dive around 2008, unsurprisingly, but that's really picked up. The UK, which helps because I'm actually from the UK originally, so it always brings trips home. And then certainly Japan and Hong Kong within Asia are our biggest markets. We've then got smaller markets around the place. Brazil's actually still very good, Denmark, Finland, Singapore, I could go on. So those are small ones, and they're certainly not to be dismissed. Some of them will always be small. France, for example, is probably never going to be a massive market for us, but important nonetheless, certainly for presence and recognition, and these are places that we enjoy travelling to. So China is, this is our first trip to China. This was our first trip, I should say, launching the brand. I guess we only spent a very small amount. That's great with small producers. At this time of year we focused on the south because a lot of the wines that our distributors are bringing in are the whites, so Riesling, Gewurz and Sauvignon. And it was decided with the time of the year, with it being a little bit colder in the north for the white wines, it makes sense to focus on the south. So we started in Guangzhou, and then went to Shenzhen, and then in Foshan, and it was awesome. You know, we all know that China's a developing wine market. It's got a tremendous amount of potential. It's still learning, and certainly obviously for farmers from small town New Zealand, it's very much about introducing the brand, and I think, you know, we've got a long way to go, but people were very open to the wines. I think Cantonese cuisine I was surprised by how well the wines matched. It was really wonderful to see, both with our Pinot Noir, so the red, which is obviously a lighter style, but with all the whites, it was an absolute delight actually. And people were very polite to me, but I think they genuinely enjoyed the wines. By most people's acknowledgement, they didn't know very much about New Zealand. If they did, it was probably about Cloudy Bay, who are obviously a fabulous brand ambassador for New Zealand, and it was lovely for them to be able to open their eyes to something else, and they responded very well. Sauvignon Blanc was a variety they're mainly familiar with, but the Riesling and the Gewurz, these were varieties they perhaps didn't know so well, and they really enjoyed tasting them. It was very positive, and I think really signals an exciting future for us and for New Zealand producers within China.